Hello everyone, my name is Uthris, and welcome back to a new episode of Transport Fever 2. We are at the outskirts of the city today, overlooking a little bit of the interstate, the rail line, and a couple of the downtown areas. Something that I am really sad to see, and I think you guys are probably sad to see as much as I am, is the fact that we have a traffic issue and no one is using the interstate. Like, I get it, the interstate, it takes you kind of to the edges of the area. It doesn't just put you right downtown. Don't know why they're not using it still, though, because, some of the traffic off this bridge is awful, and it's spilling into some of these side streets. The new Palm Springs Boulevard is backed up for days. They have been sitting here for literal months, waiting for just that one light to turn green, just so they can go back home across the river. It's not a pretty sight, I'll say. And I tried a couple things to fix it. I tried having maybe its own offshoot ramp here to go into this downtown area, leaving this way a little bit more open to people going more. I guess this is south? I think this is south. In the map, and that seems to have worked because the traffic used to be back here. Actually, it was probably more like back in this area. This whole bridge was covered in cars. But now it's kind of backed up this side, going across. And to be honest, there's that much I can do. Not much I can do to fix this. This is a really, really busy set of interchanges. There's nothing I can do. Not one single thing can be done about this. I just kind of wish they would use the interstate, because look how non-traffic that is. I don't know if it's a speed limit thing. That could be it. I don't know of a way to look at the speed limits on roads. So if you guys know a way to do that, let me know so that I can hopefully kind of take a look at it and go from there. What was this heat map? This was, here we go. This is like destination stuff. This is traffic. Public transport on these areas is good. Private transport is high. Pretty much everywhere else. Maybe that's a lot of the issue. We have a couple green going through some of the downtown areas. You can spot them. They're not super common, but nothing really going across the bridge public transport wise outside of the single train line. And we actually have two routes that they could potentially take, but I think there's just some inefficiencies when it comes to the bus systems and supporting subrail. So this episode is going to be all about optimization. Not only optimization in terms of adding more bus lines. I'm thinking about getting into optimization in terms of cargo as well. If we come over to the food plant, we're only shipping 15 food, and this was brought up last episode. Apparently I'm a big old dum-dum. And I have never really looked at this menu, this cargo layer. This kind of tells you where all the industries are. You can see all these buildings that kind of want food. We're not delivering any food here. We're only delivering food to like 5 buildings. Because the food's being dropped off here in our lonely little depot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a second just drop off zone. And I kind of want to test. There is a building for this. It is a truck unload stop. Let me close this layer and see how big of an area that covers. Look at that. Look at how that is covering those industries there. So I kind of just want to throw it in the middle. I could use this side street just so I'm not kind of encroaching on a main avenue long term. But it has a bus lane, so fuck it. We'll just put it right there in the middle. And we'll also have to try and sort out the new kind of areas that we have laid out last episode to kind of artificially expand the size of the town. So we'll have to look into that. I need like a good side street that kind of opts as like almost like a back alleyway to all these commercial districts. I'm thinking back in here, if possible. Now circling back to that bridge is going to be god awful and not recommended. So if I can come off the bridge and come down to here, we can then just simply head over to the interstate and take the interstate back. It's going to be a longer route for them. However, it'll hopefully keep the traffic down a little bit because, again, you know, they're waiting for about 3 years to get it back across this bridge here, and that really needs addressed. So we'll bring in some bread. Now this side is going to need some fuel, and we can just kind of find a little bit of a side alley street kind of tucked back in here for that. So that will work pretty well. I don't know why all the fuel is back here. I mean, it kind of makes sense. This is kind of the industrial side of the area, but I would like it to be a little closer to the downtown portion here. And then across the way, we're going to be accepting some brick. We're also going to be accepting some goods. Now, I want to probably do this again in 2 different types of stops. Let's see, they'll come across the bridge, they'll make this way, go over here, and then I guess they'll make a right onto this street for construction. And then maybe they'll go back up in here for some goods. Something like that. Now we need to also consider, if we take a look at the map here, you can see how little fuel is being delivered here. And you can actually kind of look at the supply rating of each individual industry. And where are these things getting dropped off at on this side? Are they getting dropped off here? Yeah, so they're getting dropped off here. So we need another drop-off point for all this fuel. The goods are basically getting taken care of. It's falling off near this side a little bit, so we might need an additional drop-off point there. How's this town? How's this area looking? We got bricks, and so this is actually a pretty healthy area. I mean, it's starting to fall off a little bit, right? Because it's just the place is getting bigger. So we'll have to look at that. This side we were already looking at. They're new. These guys are new. So yeah, we'll see if we can address some of the fuel changes here, because we are producing enough food. Like, we're producing the food. We're just not getting the shipments going to the right spot here. So let's go ahead and open up our bread line. This is bread line. We're going to have to call this 1 now because, well, it's bread line 1. That's about all I can say about that. Upper Centennial. So let's get rid of all these things. And all these waypoints for now. So we're going to come to Centennial Halt, and we're going to add a station, and we're going to just go ahead and drop it off right there. So that's going to be a quick little loop. Boop, over to View Street. All right. Now, because more demand for bread is going to be start kind of coming over to the plant here, you can see the shipment is just going up. It's going up steadily. This is what I want to see. I want to get this to, you know, a level 2 or level 3 plant, so that it can actually start shipping to the other side, which we can go ahead and set up as well. Where's the bread? I need to turn on the town stuff again here. It's a little cluttery after a while. I like to have them off when I'm working on road stuff, but so Palmdale would like some bread. So let's take a look here at our drop-off choices. We got basically right in the middle of Palmdale to the right. So I wonder if I can set this up in this view. It looks like it. No, it changed. All right, well, bread line 2. So we'll grab this. We're gonna go ahead and pick it up at Centennial Halt and take it straight over to Forest Street here. You can tell that, you know, coming down to Forest Street probably going to be the easier one, but getting back, that's going to be a little bit of the harder one. So we're going to have to use some waypoints, I think, to kind of force it to go back via interstate. So let's get we need a street waypoint here. Need a couple of them, just for future use if we want to loop that kind of stuff in. So go ahead and add a station and throw that up there, and let's Palmdale waypoint 1. Now let's see what that did to it. So we come down to Forest Street, go ahead and hook on over, get on the interstate, and then I guess we'll take that all the way across. You end up losing sight of it a little bit, don't you? Once it gets over here. Maybe I should change the color. Make it visible here. Okay, yeah, he takes this kind of back road. There. Yeah, I forgot this road up here existed. So that should work for the most part, I would say. And we can go ahead and get a couple vehicles for that. Let's come down to our vehicle, our single vehicle depot. Still don't know why I have only one, but hey, you know, it's what happens. Let's get a couple bread trucks rolling. Let's do this like very fancy Feldskölchen. Hey, that's my best. That's all you're gonna get out of me. We're going to get like 4 of them and then assign this to bread line 2. There we go. Let's speed up time. Let's kind of see what it does, you know. We have a decent amount of grain stored right now, but again, this is only a tier 1 factory, so we're doing well for a tier 1. Long term, of course, we want to see how it goes with a little bit of a higher tier. So we got trucks coming in. They are picking up some bread. Still, really not a whole lot here. But hopefully that gets kind of sorted out over time. I'm hopeful. You kind of never know. The fuel line, I know this, we just simply need to shift it. We need to shift it over, like more to this side, I think. Didn't I lay down a truck stop down here? I thought I did. Must not have. We'll try this again real quick. Just throw it in the middle there. Let me just make sure. Yep, that's pretty much in the middle of the fuel. So that'll be good. So fuels, yeah, to spring. Yep, that's fine. And we're gonna change this from central. We're gonna go ahead and add the stop first, and then do that. We're gonna unload fuel only, and that's loading fuel. Okay, now if we come down here to the fuel plant, you can see our production and shipment is actually currently kind of matching, because we don't really have a whole lot of raw fuel coming down this way. Now that might be demand driven. More so, no, we just have an awful supply of oil right now. I thought I always have like 1 billion oil waiting. What has happened? Okay, so that's station's overloaded. 215. I mean, we can fit that in a single train, so it's not awful. We got a whole bunch down here at the raw truck, the raw oil location. So let's take a look at this line. This is going pretty much over here to the refinery immediately. And this whole place is just starting to get bogged down, I feel. It's kind of outgrown its location, especially when it comes to the extra traffic involved with having homes here. So let's go ahead and address that a bit. Let's get rid of all these. These should not be here. This is a hazard. This is an interference to business, and I own this land, so I'm going to go ahead and kick them out. I'm going to kick them out to about just basically get everything off these roads. And then we can use one of those decorative wall pieces. Trying to find it here. They were kind of testing out earlier in the previous episode. Here we go. Collision on. That's what I want to see. And this we'll do with brick. We'll do with brick. We'll make the length like pretty long here. Now this one can't do quite as much with this collision, it seems, as the other material. Not sure why. So it seems like the collision is a little bit oriented based upon the left side or the right side of the item. So if we start there, we kind of work backwards. This might work, might not work. You kind of never know. When you're placing these things. Okay. Now we can do a good wall length here. Hopefully. Or not. Nope, see? You can see what I mean, and then if I flip it 180, I bet this works. It does, of course. Logic. How did I get it so good on the other side, but now I'm having trouble with it? I wonder if the mod was updated recently. I just want to make sure that the goods factory is the same. Yeah, it is. I wonder if I could do it with park assets. Nope. Can I do it with just this fence? I can. How about light pole? Can. So I wonder if I can just use light poles as an almost almost invisible fence type of thing. Right? Just make it the gap in between these just small enough that I know kind of no building can be placed down. I know it kind of looks ugly. In fact, it looks pretty damn ugly. Yeah, I don't think that's a good long-term solution. It's a short-term solution, like it works, but works and looks good. It does not. Yeah, I need collision on so that things can't. I mean, I could just use rocks, but that would be weird. Just have a whole bunch of rocks laying around. None of these have collisions. Okay. Trees do, but they automatically know how to remove trees. These fences don't. These are like ghost images, so they're not going to collide anything. These trucks, they have no collision. Again, decorative pieces. So it is basically this. This is the only thing I have with collision. And it's like the most finicky thing I have ever seen. God, they're rebuilding already. Stop. Just stop. I wish there was just a no zone. Please. Just don't zone here. I'm going to try something. I'm going to upgrade to a road. Because I do technically have a no zoning road variant on a lot of these. But they don't seem to really ever work. So we're going to try it again. On them and oh my god, it actually worked this time. It actually bloody worked. They didn't zone. Okay. I guess it does work. Well, good. That's what I want. Let's try the two-way version of this here. Yeah, you can see upgrading these would destroy them. Now, I don't know if it was destroyed because I made the road a little bit wider or what. See, doesn't work. You know, I tried. For some reason, one way without buildings. Bus lane. How's our oil doing? We're just don't have a good enough source of it. I might have to long term bring the oil directly to the plant. We might have to just do that. Bite the bullet on that one. You know, it would be an end station. Pretty much kind of just on this side. Like that. And then we would have to, man, it needs to be sloped and This refinery is just not in a good, accessible spot to meet our demands. Because this is bringing in more raw oil. We have plenty of the trucks. And I think we got still plenty more in storage just waiting to be picked up. Maybe just, you know, copy like 4 more. Does our fuel line get picked up here? It does. And then we use the same shell truck to take refined oil elsewhere. Wait, this is working in these tight spaces. It's a little challenging. I should be able to do it though. So let's do fuel 2 real quick, just to make the line. So we need to pick it up back down here. I might just pick it up here. Centennial's always busy. This one might, Centennial NX might just be better. And then we have to take it over to here. And how much you want to bet they take the bridge instead of the interstate? They do. Look at that. Amazing. It's like they don't want to go the right way. There we go. Stay out the road. That is definitely a doable route. Where's it go back through here? Decides to kind of cut through downtown rather than just simply. Oh, well, I don't have a left-facing exit. Is that why they're not using the interstate? Is that a problem? I don't need the left-facing exit because this has a left turn. You can make that turn. But they're just choosing to go this way. I mean, it's fine. This area is not super backed up. You know, as long as they don't swing left here. Ah, they swing left there. As long as they don't swing left here, huh? Right? Add another condition. Move the goalposts back, and whenever you think you ain't gonna meet that criteria. Okay, so let's go back and check on our bread. Bread level 2. We're doing good. Let's check Centennial. How's your bread market? Yay, 117 out of 210. Much better. You guys are growing. West Jordan, I don't think you guys are growing. You guys are pretty much maxed out. Palmdale, you're getting some bread in too. All right. Springfield, a little bit more fuel arriving. Just a little bit, not a whole lot. In fact, you guys are shrinking. These buildings should be a lot taller. But, you know, the dynamic and how things change just simply based on, you know, us throwing in another town over here. It's going to be interesting. See how all that changes things. All right, final thing we need to do or consider is public transport. Public transport is not good across the river, obviously. So I'm thinking about adding. I need some buses out here. And then a few buses to go actually all the way across, and then some more around this area, around High Point. Because currently, I don't think anyone, no one's using this terminal really for buses. And I think it's the same over here. No? We got a Riverside North kind of deal. This is just a main connector line thing. I don't know who would ever write this. It doesn't make really like a sense. Okay, bus stops it is. Let's make some bus stops. Alright, so they're gonna come out. I don't want them to turn right onto this road, so we're not gonna let them turn right on this road. We're gonna come out straight across. And we're gonna do that loop. And this will be the Palmdale loop. New line. Palmdale loop. You're gonna go ahead and start at Seattle North. Gonna pop on out. Make a right. And swing in here too. There we go. So that's kind of like the Palmdale loop there. Send us large loop, but I might be able to cover the northern section and this section in 2 loops that kind of join up either on 5th Street or College Street, maybe even 5th or Franklin, maybe, respectively. Kind of take it from there to get more movement this way. And then we can join off Chestnut and connect more people to the left. So let's do that. So, you know, kind of want to swing over to here. We'll hit this up. And here. I kind of wish there was another road, so we're gonna make one. Luckily, I have the power. You know, unlike real traffic, I have the power to say, you know, my commute kind of sucks. Let's just change the route. All right. Let's now add a new line. This is, I guess, Palmdale west. No, this will be south. This is going south. Palmdale west. So if we come over, I say west and I type south. God, you know I'm bad at this, guys. I'm actually pretty bad at this. So we'll start up here at Chestnut Street. We'll go over to Highland. Pick up 6th Street. 4th Street, cut across to Meadow, pop into Broadway, and then head Chestnut over here. They're Chestnut Street to Chestnut Street. Fuck it! We're keeping it. It's good. I like it. It's great. 10 out of 10. So that'll cover that little side. And then we'll do, I guess that's west and north as well. So let's get some stops kind of zigzagging up this way. Alright, make a new line. Palmdale, this is north, right? Palmdale north. Go ahead and start. We'll start here at, so go start at? Maybe Chestnut Street, the original. Up to Main Street. Broadway Street, the 2nd. North Street, the 50th. I think we have 50 North Streets. Church Street. East Street. Hillcrest. Hickory. 7th Street. And 5th Street. It's quite a big loop there. So that'll cover a good little portion. And then we'll do Palm North. So new line. Palmdale North, right? Palmdale North. Okay, I guess I'm calling this East. Because it's going to connect to the east. Ah, right? Bit of an issue that we don't have many connection points that we can use, but I'll give it my best. So if we join, say, Willow Street over to Madison Street, up to Hillcrest, and then maybe back down to Poplar? Something like that. It's kind of joining a different line a little bit more, but we need more public transport, and we need more overlap in that regard. So I'm willing to, you know, as long as we're avoiding this area, I think traffic will go through just fine. All right. So each one of those, you're going to get 4 buses. So we made 3, so that's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we'll go to Palmdale South. It looks like I made 4 instead of just 3. North. Loop. Okay. We'll buy him 4 more. Palmdale East. Why did they upgrade this road or downgrade this road? Beyond me. But let's fix that now. There we go. Tell you, the AI does some weird things, everyone. Does some really weird things. But you know what? I love it. I love the challenge of sitting here. I'm trying to do my own thing. The AI, which I can't directly control too much, is trying to do their own thing, and we're kind of butting heads in a way. And, you know, real city planning is kind of like that, right? The citizens want to do their own thing and endorse their own routes. And I, as the person who likes to make traffic jams span across a river, has to deal with the headache that they cause. Oh my god, it's even worse. Here, well, let's speed up time. Let's kind of see what this looks like before we end this episode. In fact, we'll go ahead and drive or ride on. Let's ride on a bus. We'll ride on one. We'll take a little trip on the Palmdale Loop. As a metro train kind of rolls in, the commuter line. we pick up any passengers waiting for this little loop here. And then just start heading down through the burbs. This is a little bit more suburby than the rest of the area. Immediately into traffic. Why does it feel like I'm in Washington, D.C.? Like, as a person who lives in the Virginia to Maryland border, and I have to commute an hour to work in the mornings because they decided to make only really one bridge that crosses the Potomac River, and then everyone bottlenecks. That's probably where I got the single bridge design. Okay, I need to speed up time. I think, is there a way to do that in this menu? I forget. What's the hotkey? There's a hotkey for this, right? Nope. Probably is. Probably not seeing it. Okay. Hello, man. You look a little weird. This light didn't even go. The people despawned. Okay. Alright. Cool. Making our way out to the industrial district now. Picking up some passengers. Now, these are probably commuters. People who work out this way. Or live out this way and need to go over to the train station. There should probably be a stoplight here. I would have thought, oh my goodness. This bus has been parked here for so long. A building, full construction, complete in 2 minutes. Everyone just got to watch it happen. It's basically a 3D printed building right there. That's the future, everyone. 3D printing technology. Don't hit that person, please. A little scary. Pick up your fresh wieners and head on back on the center spine here. Now, this is why I ran the buses in the way that I did. I'm trying to avoid getting them on that oncoming lane and really just allowing them to kind of bypass all that by not doing a two-way loop bus route. Okay. Wow, that's actually a full loaded bus. I'm impressed. Pretty happy with that. That's actually bringing people to this station to go to other destinations. This does go basically the commuter route. So the commuter route is the one that connects up to here. This isn't the express line by any means. The commuter line is definitely losing about as much money as the DC Metro rail system, so at least that's accurate to where I'm from in a way. Hopefully, as more buses get through here, this loop might end up needing a couple extra buses just to get more people flowing into these stations a little bit quicker in the long term, but we'll have to deal with that when we get to it. And with that, I think we're going to go ahead and finish up this episode. Again, just trying to clean up a lot of these routes. We need to do, I don't know, guys. Should I make a second bridge and just call it a day? A second bridge would be really about it. That would fix a lot of our issues, but I'm just hesitant to do so because I just like the design and the layout of our bridges right now. They just need to use the interstate a little bit more to get around it, and hopefully the public transportation will help as well. But it's looking cool, and I hope you guys are enjoying the looks of this thing. It's super dense. I love this. This is something you don't see in Transport Fever too often. It's just this really dense location, all interacting in an interesting way. It's an interesting challenge as me as the player to deal with the solutions. It's not going to be perfect. I'm not perfect. So, I don't know. This is what I enjoy. I enjoy the headache and challenge involved with it. Alright, with that, thanks everyone for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment down below on ideas and suggestions for things in the future. Go ahead and subscribe for more creative goodness such as this. And we'll see you all on the next episode.